All right, guys, sitting here in my hotel, and I want to tell you what to expect with the series of videos I'm going to do. I'm going to be pretty direct, not going to be very many edits. My goal is to get you guys activity, right? Now, that does mean sometimes I do have to go through some basics, but also sometimes I'm a little rushed. Many of you want to go, we have Showtime Exteriors up here, who's a company we're consulting with and working with. You want to go in and fix your website. And trust me, I want you to. We do the free websites, and that's great. But this is not the first place to start. First place is to search yourself online. Where can I find anything about me? Showtime Exteriors. I type it in and I see my information. I see what users are seeing and I see all their information. I want to make sure what are my reviews look like? What are my phone numbers, my address, my information, my hours, all that fun stuff. You can see it says closed right now. I don't like close. We'll get into that in a minute. My reviews, my photos, etc. If you have not claimed your Google listing, or your agency manages it, or your secretary manages it, I'm going to tell you right now, stop. Immediately get control of your Google. You need to have this ownership. You can share it. For example, David here has shared this with me, but he's the owner. You need to do that right away. Now, if I go over to a different user, you could see here that I have access and I can go ahead and do edit profile, read reviews, photos, et cetera, et cetera. This is a great way to adjust. You can do a chat GPT and ask it, what should I adjust? What should I do? And I can put in all that information, edit it. Another way to do it is to go into reputation, Google business profile, and what you can do is start editing stuff. So you can see when we started, it gave us a 14 out of 16. So David had done a great job setting this up. He did good. Not everyone does, but what he was able to do is now go to 16 out of 16. And how do we do that? We go in, we edit our name, we edit our description. What I like about using BUMS.AI is that it just makes it easy and simple. I adjusted one more thing here. I adjusted the hours to 24 hours. Why? Because when you ask like roofer near me, Google wants to get an answer. Google is an answer engine. It gets you answers to questions. If you're closed, it doesn't recommend you right now. It'll recommend you in the morning, but at this hour, it'll recommend someone else. My simple little trick is to leave it 24 hours. There's nothing wrong. When they call, make sure you haven't answered, because if you don't answer, if you don't give a response, Google starts like kind of doing the thumbs up, thumbs down thing. If you ever responded on a Google, they'll text you and ask, how was your service? Did you get an answer? That's how you go up and down. So you want to make sure you have some auto responses. Nowadays, 24 hours, make sure all your stuff is good. Make sure you use high resolution photos. You can even ask, for example, what kind of photo should I use? These are the services that I do. Give me some descriptions, right? Don't use AI photos. Use real photos. Maybe AI for like a process, but not for your work. Social profiles, you want to fill in as many social media profiles as you can. Find those links. Your reviews, you want to review and take a look. So now, one thing that you're going to want to do on your reviews, when you see a review, you want to make sure that you comment on every single review, good and bad. But the difference is this. With the bad reviews, people like to comment and get into this war. What it does is it ignites a fire and the fire gets lit up. So what happens is Google rises this to the top because it has the most comments, the most interaction, the most activity, the most views, because it says it's popular. So it wants to move it to the top. You want to kill the popularity, right? You want to extinguish it, not ignite it. So what you want to do is basically say, hey, John, I'm sorry to hear about this. I'm going to have the office reach out and try to resolve it for you. Let's see if we can amicably resolve this and get it done, right? I'll be reaching out shortly. I'm pushing it offline. One comment, no further comments. If they reply, no further comments, right? Do not let it ignite. Now take your positive comments and you want to ignite these. How do we ignite them? I mean, they already give me a positive comment. What else do I need to do? Thanks for the wonderful comments. I really appreciate it. I love that 69 Corvette. Any chance you would be willing to take a picture of that car in front of the home and share it with me? I'm trying to create engagement, trying to create activity. What would you say was the best feature? What did you think of Tom, by the way? Did he do a good job? Right? Hey, how do you feel about the quality of shingle? Do you think that was a better color selection? I want to create a ping pong of some sort to create activity, because what I want to do is tell Google that this comment's relevant. This comment other people want to read, because activity, views, comment. So start engaging your things. One thing you can do with BUMS AI also is set up a reply with smarter AI. So you can put AI in there and you can set that up. We've already set up automations over here. So they're already set up. So what we can do is actually have AI generated responses, which create those engagements, right? And that's going to create more positivity. That's going to help your brand get better recognition. You also want to contest any bad reviews, which you can do inside of here or directly with Google. It's simple enough with Google, guys. This is not the reason you need BUMS.AI. There's a lot of other reasons, but it's simple enough and you want to process with it. And you don't want to let this go for a long time. You need to engage when it's hot. Like if I do your review and you comment on it a year later, I'm probably not commenting back. If I leave a review now and you comment in 5-10 minutes, I'm probably commenting back. We're probably getting in a ping pong situation. And that's simple to do. I go here, I go to my reviews, I look at my settings. Let's see here. I can mark a spam, as you can see over there. I can see over here a summary of my emails. I can set up my review. I'm going to go here. I'm going to edit this real quick. I have all my different information here, like some reviews. I put in my tone, I put in my sources, what I want to review to. Apparently, I want to review to all reviews, or maybe I only want to refer the 4-star and above, right? And I go ahead and put this in here to, let's save that. Auto response. I'm going to say I want it to respond in 5 minutes, right? Because I want to make sure they're still there and I want to make sure I engage it. There's a ton more settings in here to do review links, SMS links, things like that. So number one thing for me, for everyone, is getting in your Google, tuning it up, make sure it's good, right? The next thing you're going to want to look for is on your listings. You want to see where you're listed. So you see all these places that Showtime shows up, right? And if your name's not unique enough, you want to think about how to make it unique. You want to think about plays you could do on it. It's very important that you show up more than just once when I'm typing your name. It's your name. You should show up a lot, right? People with Priority Roofing or Premier Roofing, these are very common names that I've seen repeated over time. You want to make sure you get more of those listings in your area. Otherwise, you might not rank very well. When you have a more unique name like Showtime, a little easier. But anyhow, what you want to do is look at each listing. You want to go into each listing and make sure what's out there. What do my reviews look like? What do my photos look like? Do I have this account? Can I claim this account? This logo is older. We don't use that logo anymore. We want to change that logo. We want to update that logo. It's very important to do this. Now, this really is something you can do yourself. Our team does it for you, but to be honest, it's a simple one for you to handle yourself. And calling you and asking for what's your Yelp login, Facebook login, Better Business login. Well, this is something you or your office should probably do. It's easy enough to go through all your listings and fix it up. The next thing you want to do is if you don't have reviews somewhere, so let's just say like I go to House over here and I see that my logo's not even in there. There's no review in here, but I could probably take advantage of it. Ask someone to review here. Ask someone to put more information here. Ask, hey, I know you left it there. Would you mind leaving one over here? See if you can get something happening here. Create more activity for yourself. You'll be surprised. You'll get some unfair advantage on those things. Then what you want to do is if I was in BUMS.AI, I'd go to my reputation and I'm on this side over here. One thing I can do is go here and get listings. You run a scan real quick. So you get listings and see your listings. It says activate listings, which is pretty cheap. I would recommend the $245 for 6 months, but regardless, I'll show you real quick. You scan your business. You can see here it's showing where we're live and we're not listed. Now he might say, oh, but I have Facebook. They're not connected. Backlinks are important. Backlinks are reputable sites that refer to you. So Facebook, Bing, Yelp, Uber, Merchant Circle, whatever these are, Chamber of Commerce. You want to link them so they all connect. Those backlinks create more validity. It's more like a credit score. Your credit score goes up, you have a better chance of getting approvals, right? Better chance of getting leads, better chance of getting seen. So in order to do this, run your scan if you have BUMS.AI. If you don't, there's other places you can scan. And I highly recommend optimizing. Once you optimize, it's very simple. You're going to pick your package. You're going to confirm it. You're going to go check out. And then what you're going to do is it's going to give you a whole list of things to do. And you're going to set it up. And you can see right here, we've got it set up for $30 a month, I believe it looks like. And I can go ahead and charge to agency that happens to be my card. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and charge it to my agency. I'm going to boost it up, right? Now I'll pay and subscribe. I'll pay using card. But yeah, there you go. So it's $49, right? So not a big deal, but you want to go ahead and charge that. And it's very, very important. It's going to get you premium backlinks. It's going to create more validity for your account. You're going to get very, very cheap SEO, guys, $50. And I'm going to tell you a secret. I personally would do this for 3 to 6 months, and then I wouldn't do it again unless I was changing addresses or changing services, and I would keep it running forever. And of course, I make a few bucks on this. Happy to help you. I mean, you just saw I make $19 on it. But what I would do is I would run it for 3 to 6 months, stop it, run it again in about a year. If I was making changes, I would leave it running all the time. If you don't care about it, leave it on. Just make it simple for yourself and take advantage of it. It's always going to tune in things and get you listed. This is going to help you create more activity. This is your very first day. These are the things that I want you to do is run through this. The next thing you're going to want to do, you have your Facebook. You want to look at it, make sure everything makes sense, make sure everything is good. Let's go ahead and look at our wallpaper here. Those like crap, right? Let's fix that up. Look at our Instagram, look at our Pinterest, look at whatever we may have and fix it up. If you Google real quick, you're going to find best size for Facebook cover photo. Do this for YouTube separately, do this for Instagram separately. I know you want to use the same one everywhere, but it doesn't work that way. What you're going to want to do is get it right. Say, okay, it's telling me what size to use and recommendations. Go into a program like Canva, put in your sizes, build out something proper and intelligent and post it in each one of them. Do this for every one of the sites that you show up on, if they allow it. Not all require covers. Some only let you do a profile. Make sure you create uniformity. They should be very similar, perhaps a different size, perhaps a different placement, but very, very similar. We want to create repetition. Repetition is what creates trust and validity. If I keep seeing a logo, the trust builds. If the logo is black and white on one, yellow in the other, silver in the other, the trust doesn't grow. You need to keep that trust developing, right? So you want to develop that. Go through all these. This is your first day. This is what you need to do. If I were to go through Showtime, it would take us approximately 3 hours to get this all set up. That's because we have to go to you and get access. If you're doing this yourself, probably cut that time in half. Anyone who subscribes to BUMS.AI, which is $97 a month for what you need at this stage, and anyone who does the reputation, who goes ahead and does a $49 at a minimum, just a month, I'm happy to have my team go in and build you the covers, tune it in, set everything up, link it all together. You will have to spend a little time here because I don't have access to all your things. So you have to work a little bit to help us integrate them. But this is a huge first step for you that you want to do. And it's very important. So that's my first recommendation that I want everyone to work on. And again, you can do this without BUMS.AI, but if you want us to do it, there's that. Or if you want to do it yourself and use BUMS.AI, you could just pay the 97 and you're in there. If you pay the extra 49, I'm happy to offer you that assistance and we take it from there. So that's our first day, guys. I appreciate it. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm tired. It's 11:49 at night over here. So we'll take it from there. And one of the companies that we're going to be working on, and you can watch the progress as time goes, is Showtime Exteriors. They're a commercial roofing contractor, wonderful contractor, very reputable. Dave's a great guy, do a great job. And we're going to see how we're going to make this even better as time goes. All right.